Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Gina and I'm really happy to have you here. I know I have been absent from YouTube for about a month now, so I apologize for that. Just life got a little bit in the way and a little bit crazy, but I'm back and I generally do want to film stuff that you guys want to watch and see. So if you have any suggestion on what videos I should film, please let me know and I will be more than happy to film it for you. But for today's video, I wanted to film an updated makeup routine for you guys. I know Sephora is having right now their sale, so I wanted to make sure to get that video up for you guys and show you some of the products that I do use from Sephora to be able to take advantage of the sale that they're having. But if you want to see how I get my makeup done, please keep on watching. So we're gonna start with a clean face. The first thing I'm gonna put on is the Summer Fridays lip butter balm. I love that stuff. I have the most driest lips ever, so that stuff really helps. So I usually like to put some on before I start my makeup, just to make sure that by the time I'm done that my lips are hydrated and they're ready for lipstick, because lipsticks tend to dry my lips, especially if it is like matte formulas. So I really like using this before my makeup. And then we're going to start working on our face. So this is the Always an Optimist Pore Diffusing Primer. I love Rare Beauty. If you don't know, it's a new makeup brand by Selena Gomez, and every single thing that she has made, I think the price point is perfect. It's not too expensive, but it's not too cheap either, and the formulas are great. Like, I do have their blushes, I have their lip glosses, a lot of their stuff are super great. So this is their primer. I heard great things about it, so I wanted to give it a try myself, and I wanted to show it to you guys just in case if I do like it, then you can pick it up during the sale. But I'm just going to just have a few pumps, and I'm gonna just work it through my skin. I really love how it feels on the skin. It doesn't feel heavy, it doesn't feel gross. I notice a lot of primers, especially silicone based primers, I do feel like they're just heavy. I feel like they suffocate my skin, and I don't feel that way at all with this one. We'll see how the foundation will go on top of it. And once you give that like a minute to just settle on your skin, you can go in with the foundation. This is the It Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Cream. I love this because it does have SPF 50. You can never get enough of SPF. So I definitely love this, and it does definitely give you, like, I would say medium coverage. It does cover a little bit, but it's definitely not a heavy coverage. So just keep that in mind, but I do like that about it because I genuinely think the natural look is probably like what's trendy right now. It's not like heavy foundation or like cakiness or anything like that, so that's why this is like perfect. If you are curious, I'm using the shade medium, and I'm using this Morphe brush JH03, and I'm just gonna dot it on my skin and just start tapping it into my skin. Like, you can definitely tell it is giving me good coverage. If you want like a heavier coverage one, I know Giorgio Armani makes a really great one. I did watch Emma McDonald video. It was amazing. I really liked her routine. I think she used the foundation there. I'll try and see if I can like link her foundation as well, but oh my god, her skin looked flawless. But this is the foundation that I have been using, and I honestly have been really liking it. And definitely do not forget your neck. Try to blend it in just to make sure everything is seamless and blended in. I try not to put a lot of foundation around my eye area. I'm gonna leave that empty, so you'll see like I have the foundation like stopped around here, just because I found that if you put foundation and you put on concealer, it gets really cakey. So I usually just don't put enough foundation in that area and just kind of leave it empty, and then I'll go in with concealer and just kind of cover that area. And I try to also get some foundation on my eyelids as well. Then I'm gonna go in with the Nars creamy, radiant creamy concealer, and I have mine in the shade Light 2.4. It's called Cafe au Lait, but this has been a favorite of mine ever since I started doing my own makeup, and I think it's a favorite of everyone. This stuff is definitely great. It doesn't cake, and it does definitely do the job. So I'm gonna just few dots here on my forehead, my nose, cubic bow, and my chin. And then I have my wet beauty blender. I don't remember where I got this one from, but you can use any beauty blender. And then I like to use that to blend in my concealer. I feel like that kind of, the beauty blender versus a brush with concealer, I feel like it's better to use a beauty blender. I feel like it just helps melt the concealer into your skin a little bit better than a brush. And once that is blended all in, I usually just take the other side of the beauty blender and then I kind of just tap everything together to make sure that everything is kind of blended. I don't want any harsh lines between my concealer and my foundation, so I take that and I just dab it very lightly everywhere just to make sure everything is blended in and everything just looks smooth and there's really like no harsh lines. Also make sure to not forget about like areas like your smile lines. Make sure to blend that in around your nose over here. That also is another area you want to make sure that all the products are kind of dabbed into it. And once that's done, I go in with a foundation stick, and I get this one in a darker shade. This one is not sold by Sephora, it's the Makeup Revolution. You can get that from Ulta, but I will link some stuff that you can get from Sephora. But you can get really any foundation stick and you can use it as a contour stick. I feel like that works a little bit better. So this one, if you're interested, is in the shade F13, but I think this shade works really well with my skin complexion. So I usually just draw a line here, kind of really higher up than my ear. Just a small line. I don't really drag it all the way because when I'm blending it in, I'm just going to be blending it downward to give like my cheek a little bit of a definition. And then just a little bit of a line on my forehead. And then this one is nice because it does have like a little bit of like the edges. You can use the edges to do your nose contour. So I usually just draw 2 lines and then a line from the front of the nose, and then I draw another line over here. So I draw 2 lines, another line here, and then like a little triangle here, but I don't connect them. And then to define my jawline, I just do a really smooth line here and on the other side. And then I'll take this brush. You can use any blending brush, like contour blending brush, but this is the one that I have. Blend it right in. I try to tap it in to make sure to work the product into my skin. You have to be careful with this step just because I know a lot of time when I'm blending in my contour, sometimes I feel like it does rub off, like it makes my foundation rub off, and it's not cute and it's really hard to fix. So make sure to tap it in very lightly until the product is all melted into your skin. Is probably just like the best way to avoid that. And I know it looks a little bit crazy right now, but I do have a trick that I'll show you to use if you're put a little bit more contour on your skin and you want to kind of balance it out. So with my jawline, what I usually do is I tap it in and I try to drag it upward when it comes to this area. So I tap it in. So now some product is on my brush, and then I try to kind of just like shape my jawline. And it does a pretty good job at like defining that jawline. Oh my god, I look crazy. But for my nose contour, I try to avoid using big brushes just because I feel like it does get everywhere. So I usually get one of those brushes. It's like one of those eyeshadow blending brush, but you can use these. These are perfect for your nose contour. So just get one of those. I don't even know where I got this one from. It doesn't even have a brand name, but just use any brush that looks similar to this. And then I just blend my nose contour. There's really no technique for this one. Just make sure to not get the product everywhere. So just tap it in till everything is blended. And on top here, I usually just try to drag it upward just to give my nose a little bit of a length. Then I go back with my concealer, and then I just take a little bit of product on here, and then I go back and just create a line here just to define my contour a little bit more. And then I usually put a little bit on the sides as well, just to kind of give the contour a little bit of a shade instead of just having just contour shade or like bronzer everywhere. And then I go with this big fluffy brush. This is the Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH08. This is for your concealer. I usually just use it to blend in my concealer that I'm going to use after I have added my contour. And I just kind of blend it in. And this trick does a pretty good job at making sure that to define that contour that you did for your nose. Okay, now on to that trick that I was telling you about. Now that you have a lot of bronzer or a lot of contour on your face, and then you want to maybe tone it down, or you want to make sure that you blend it, go back with your foundation brush. Do not add anything to it. Do not add more product. Just take that foundation brush that you used and literally just dab it in. And it does wonder when it makes everything kind of just melt together. I don't know, but I've been using that trick lately, and sometimes I go really heavy with my bronzer or my contour, and every time I do this it helps a lot. Like, it'll really fix everything to make sure that you're like not orange or there's really no harsh lines. But bam. Next I'm gonna go in with some powder just to set in everything. This is the Ilia loose powder. I swear by this powder. I feel like everyone swears by that powder. Such a great powder. I don't know what they put in this, but probably crack or something. So I'm just gonna get a little bit of product in here. I'm gonna use one of these brushes. This is the Real Technique, or yeah, Real Technique brush, I think. And then I'm just gonna take a little bit of product and just gonna dab it in under this eye area just to kind of set everything in. I try not to put a lot. I still believe that no matter how good your powder is, if you put a lot of powder, it will still look cakey. So I just put a little bit in and just kind of dab it. Just tap it into the skin, so to make sure like all that contour and all that concealer that we put in doesn't move anywhere and doesn't crease. If you have under eye area, it's such a problem for you, where it's like you try everything and then it just won't stop creasing, you want to try this powder. It's honestly magic when it comes to making sure that eye area is very blurred and it's not cakey. It does a great job at that. Like, I know a lot of people on TikTok were talking about this It by Pores pressed powder. I still believe Ilia is much more worth it than this one. I like this one just because it does give you that overall powder for your face, that it works for that, but under the eye, I just feel like it's too white to go under the eye. I'm not sure, but you can see like it's very white, and I'm pretty sure I got the translucent color, but Under the eye, I usually just stick to Ilia powder, and then for the rest of the face, I just go in with the It Bye Bye Pores pressed powder, and I just kind of like buff it all in, just set everything in place. And don't forget about the smile lines and the neck area. So once everything is set in place for the face, I usually start working on the eye area. So I start with my brows, and I usually don't use anything like extravagant for my brows. Like a $2 pencil will work just as fine, at least for me. So I'm gonna use the Wet n Wild retractable eyebrow pencil, and I have mine, I think it's in the medium brown shades. So I'm just gonna use this to fill in my brows. And usually I get a lot of questions on how I fill in my brows. What I usually do is take in the pencil and try to like have it, like you see how it's like it has a little bit of an edge. I make it stand up, not stand up, but like I get the little edge, and then I just draw a stand-up line. I like to define these few pieces of my eyebrows, and then I just take a diagonal after that. And I try not to be really heavy with it. I think the natural look, just to make sure to darken it a little bit, is the best way to do it. And then once I have filled in a little bit of product, I can just go back, brush, and I try to brush upward just to kind of get the product in there. And then sometimes I will go back in again at the front in here if I feel like I need it, and then brush again. And then go back and then fill in any spots that I feel like are still missing some color. And that's how it looks after it's done. Now I'm gonna go and do the second brow. Again, those few strokes at the front of the brow, so they look like that. Then I start diagonal lines all throughout the whole brow. And done. And once I'm done, I go in with the brow setter. I really do want to try the what is it called? Emma McDonald, in her video, she showed it. It looked phenomenal. I do want to buy that just because it looks really nice. Oh, it's the Benefit Brow. It looks amazing, so I may buy that from the sale. So if you are looking for a brow setter, I think that is a good one. But for now, I'm gonna use my Essence Make Me Brow gel and to kind of just go in and set the brows. I have been really liking the look of them being a little bit fluffed, not too fluffed, but like a little bit. So I try to make them stand up a little bit, and that's it. For my eyeshadow, I haven't really been doing a lot of eyeshadow looks. I have really been using my bronzer as an eyeshadow. So what I've been using for my bronzer is the Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil bronzer, and I do have mine in the milk chocolate as well as the chocolate Soleil. I use these two for the two different things, and these two shades are amazing, and I feel like they fit so many face complexions. So definitely try to scoop these up in the sale. But I'm gonna get this fluffy blending brush, and I'm gonna go in first with the Milk Chocolate Soleil. I love that stuff so much that I already like hit pan. Like I definitely need a restock of that, so I'm definitely gonna buy more during the sale. But I'm just gonna take a little bit of it on the brush, and I'm just gonna kind of blend it everywhere. There's really no perfect way of just doing that. Just make sure to blend it really well so there's really no harsh lines. And then I like at the end to kind of just drag it just to kind of like lengthen my eyes a little bit, just to kind of give that cat eye look to my eyes. And then with a denser brush, I am going to go in to the Chocolate Soleil bronzer. Just get a little bit of product in, not too much, and then focus that just on the outer part of my eyelid, just to give it a little bit of a definition. Again, try to keep that like cat eye look shape while I'm blending the product in. And then going back to that fluffy brush and just kind of make sure everything is blended. And then I usually, with the leftover product, I just kind of like pinch the brush and I just go under my waterline, under my eyes. Just to kind of give a little bit of a definition to the eyes. Next on to the fun part is my eyeliner. I use the Too Faced Better Than Sex eyeliner, hands down the best eyeliner I have used to date. The brush is just never dries. I've had this one for a while now and it doesn't dry. It's very pigmented. It's very easy to use. If you're someone that is not really good with the application of the eyeliner, I highly recommend to get a shape brush like this one, just because it gives you a little bit of more control over how to draw your line. What I have been doing now with the eyeliner is I start a little bit before my eye ends. So this is where my eye ends. I usually start the line a little bit above of it and I connect it to, or not connected to, I act like it's gonna be connected to my brows to draw an imaginary line in my head of where the line is going to go. So it's not like gonna go like this or this, it's gonna go that way. So it's connected to my brows, but I'm not gonna actually connect it to my brows. But so I usually start a little bit before my eye ends and I draw a line to connect to my brows. And for my eye shape, I've noticed that it's better to not have a whole line on top of my eyes. So usually around the pupil, I stop. I don't drag the line any further. So now that the eyeliner is done, I will go ahead and curl my lashes. So I'll just get the curler, just hold that for a few seconds. And I'm going to go in with my favorite mascara at the moment. It is the MAC Stack Mascara, and it is, I think, in the jumbo brush, not the micro one. And I love this mascara. It's worth the hype. It's such a good mascara. Like, if you don't have any lashes, this will give you lashes. So I usually start in at the base and then work up my lashes. So this is from one coat, just one coat. And here's a close-up look on just one coat of that mascara. Such an amazing mascara, highly recommend it. I don't know if Sephora has MAC, but if any, I'll link like some for you guys, but such a great mascara. Absolutely love it. Worth everything. I'm gonna go ahead and do in another coat just to show you how crazy this mascara can get. And it's not clumpy, it doesn't stick together, like everything is separated, and it just gives you that volume and length. I absolutely love it. Sometimes I do put mascara on my bottom lashes. Today I'm not feeling like it. Usually I don't really put any mascara on my bottom lashes because I feel like they melt and it gives me like black under eyes, and I usually don't like that, so we're not gonna do that today. So next thing, I'm going to be going in with my Rare Beauty. My absolute favorite part of my whole makeup routine is this part, and this is in the shade Joy. I love that stuff. It's so good. Like, Selena Gomez really did pull, like, she did really such a good job with her makeup line. But I'm gonna take a little bit of product. So with this product, with anything from Rare Beauty, like a little bit goes a long way, so make sure to not go really heavy with these blushes. So I usually like to like take excess product off the brush before I apply it, so there's really not that much on my brush anyway. And then I usually just smile and then put a dot on this cheek and then a dot on this cheek, and that's probably going to be a lot. And I have noticed with her blushes, it's best to just use your hand because the brushes can streak, and I like just how it looks like when I blend it in with my hand. But you can see like the pigmentation, the color is amazing. I love these blushes. Like, I haven't really been using any of my other blushes ever since I got her blushes. They're amazing. Sometimes I take some excess of product on my finger and I just kind of dab it into my nose. But ta-da! So cute. I freaking love this blush. Sometimes if I feel like I went a little heavy, again with my foundation brush and just kind of dab it in, and it fixes that. Next, I am going to do my bronzer, and I'm going to go back into that Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. I'm going to start first with the milk chocolate, get a little bit of it on my brush. To be honest, this is kind of my main bronzer. I don't really use the chocolate. I feel like sometimes it just can get a little darker for my liking, so I usually use mainly milk chocolate just to kind of give a little bit of bronzed look to my face, and then sometimes I will go with chocolate like very lightly to emphasize the bronzer. So if you are the same skin color like me, I'll probably say go with just the milk chocolate, but if you're a little darker, then definitely get the chocolate. It will look really nice on you. And again, with some on the brush, pinch it and then just go lightly over my nose. And I do that with just the milk chocolate. I don't do that with the chocolate color. It would get super dark and it will mess up everything. Well, if I feel like my bronzer is probably like not as dark as I want it, I'll go in with the Chocolate Soleil, again with the same exact brush, literally just 2 tabs. And go really lightly with it. And I don't go everywhere, I just like stick to that one place and I just put it in there and then that's it, because I don't want it to get too dark. And then I go back to where I contoured my jawline. I just put a little bit of product there. And then the last step is lips. So this is the Lip Soufflé Matte Cream Lipstick, and this is in a shade Inspire, and goodness gracious, it is such a beaming fire color. I love it. It's definitely like not everyone's color, but I think it's so cute. Like, if feel like every single skin complexion will suit this color. You just have to be fun and just play with the color. What I really like about this specific product is just how the brush is shaped. It's actually like tapered. I don't know if you can like see, but it is tapered, so you can actually kind of draw or overline or line your lips before you even actually put the product in, which is nice because I'm not using any lip liner. And I'm going to finish the look with some setting spray just to get everything set in place. And that is the finished look. I hope you guys liked it. I will link every single product that I have used for you guys, especially the Sephora items, just because I know Sephora is right now having a good sale and I would want you guys to take advantage of that to get all the goodies that you want to get. But other than that, please let me know if there's any other videos you guys want me to film for you. I know I have been absent from YouTube for a little bit now, but I'm back and I want to make all the content that you guys want to see and watch. So please let me know whatever you want me to make, whatever you want me to film, I'll film it for you guys. But I'm really happy that you stopped by and I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye guys!